Okay, Chase, so today we're just going to be doing a few more tests to check out what's going on in that right shoulder. How does that sound?
Pretty good.
Good. So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to perform this motion for me with your arms behind your head. I'm going to have you go ahead and face this direction for me.
Alright.
So I take your arms out to your side, take them all the way back. So I'm looking here for scapulary dyskinesia on that right side, which I do find to be positive. Good job, Chase. Thank you. I'm going to have you go ahead and take a seat. The next thing I'm going to have Chase do is I'm going to be checking for a drop arm sign. So I'm going to have him go ahead and just raise his arm out as far as he's able. And because this is not a tear, he is able to do that and go ahead and relax. The next thing we're going to do is check for the resistance of your external rotation for that infraspinatus muscle. So go ahead and put your arms by your side, and I want you to hold them there. Don't let me move you. So I find that this is painful but strong on the right side. I'm going to go ahead and have you try to abduct those arms for me, so take them away from the body. Good. So as Chase starts to raise those arms overhead, and do the same thing if I needed to. Good, and relax. And so again, that was strong but painful on the right side. The next thing I'm going to have Chase do is I'm going to check for palpation of the tendon. So I'm going to have him bring his arm up to adduction and slight external rotation. I'm going to come on the posterior angle of the acromion and drop down about an inch. I'm going to have him go ahead and press into my hand to perform external rotation, and I find that that palpation is painful. Good, and relax. All right, the next thing I'm going to have you do is an external rotation lag sign. So this is to, again, rule out a tear. I'm going to take his arm passively into external rotation, and I'm going to see if he can hold it there. Because it's not a tear, I find that he's able to do that and relax. The next thing we're going to do is check for the stability, because he has multi-directional stability. So I'm going to perform a load and shift test to press the shoulder, provide an axial load, first on the unaffected side, and try to move anteriorly and posteriorly. And I do the same thing on this side. I depress the shoulder, I'd find his humerus, provide an axial load, and I'd shift posteriorly and anteriorly. And I do find some laxity in that and instability. The last test we're going to perform is PAs for the cervical, for the thoracic T2 through T4 hypermobility. So Chase, I'm going to have you go ahead and lie on your stomach, your face in. Perfect. So when I'm here, what I'm doing is I'm finding C7, and then I'm coming down to T1, and then I'll come down to T2, and I'll first perform my central PA by pressing down, and then T3, and then T4. And to perform my unilateral PAs, I'm going to go ahead and come here, fall off just lateral to it, and I'm going to go ahead and press T2, T3, and T4. And we perform that because the upper thoracic spine functions just like the cervical spine, therefore we would do PAs with that technique.